Hi guys, it's me Karen. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to do a picture on some gray toned Strathmore paper. This is a pad that's 9 inches by 12, 80-pound paper, and what I do is it's perforated here on the side, tear it out, then I have to cut it down to 8.5 by 11 so it'll fit into my printer. The paper is thick enough, kind of reminds me of the Hannah Carlson pages, is it the thickness. It may even been a little thinner than that. But I wanted to jump on the gray toned paper people that are coloring gorgeous pictures, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I've watched their videos and know it's a little different than just picking out white or cream paper and coloring, so you can add a lot more white to it and get a nicer shadow tones and stuff like that. But you know me, I'm not the best at everything that I do new. This is the picture we're going to do. It's the cute little kitties with the pumpkin, and this is Jeff Haynie's pictures. This is his digital book. I believe this one is the Whimsical Fantasy Kitty book. And of course, you know me a little well, I'm going to see what Distress Inks do on this. Then I'll go in with pencils. So I pulled out some orange-ish colors. So I have a Rusty Hinge, which is kind of an orange red. I have Spiced Marmalade, which is the closest thing I have to orange. And then I have a Yellow Scattered Straw. Doesn't that sound like winter or fall colors? And Gathered Twigs, which is a very light tan. I also have the Vintage Photo, which is a red brown. And I brought out some crushed olive for the stem. We're going to see how this goes, and then we will put pencil work on top of it. So we're going to go with our lightest shade first. And since you're up there, we are going to add some of this on. We're going to see how this works, okay? She says, because she has not done this yet. And I'm going to make sure that my pad is semi-clean here. You can do this. I'm going to put it this way. I've had these pads for 5 to 8 years, okay? Each and every one of them. I store them in a little plastic pin here. I got this from, like, I think Daiso. So I keep my tools in here, my little wooden ones, and if you can tell, all these little sponges have already got color on them. So I go through and I pick, like, if I wanted purple, I'd use the purple ones. If I've even got some square ones, because I have some square tools like this. Whoops, splatter them all over the place. And I also have the soft makeup brushes that I was gifted, so I use those also. And then I have like a Posca pen, a jelly roll pen, and some stickles in here. But that's how I store them. You tell I don't clean them very often. I just take them onto a rag like this and smush them down and get most of the ink out, but there's still ink on here. That's just how I do things. You can clean them if you want. They're better if you do. But I mix my colors a lot. So we're going to go with Scattered Straw here in the lightest areas and cross our fingers that this just doesn't turn into a muddy mess. Because it could. So in the lightest areas, we're going to put that in. Up on the top up here too. And that kind of gives us this yellowy tone. I'm going to dab it in some spots. There. Just kind of where it's the lightest is where I'm going. All right. Now we're going to go in with the Spiced Marmalade, which is my, it doesn't look like that. It look more like the lid here. This color. And I'm just going to use, I did the, I usually take quarters here, and I will put ink on this side over here in the yellow, and then on this side I will use the orange. On this side I'm going to use the rusty, and I use this little round part as my guide of where I'm laying it down, and I always hold my ink pad at an angle like this when I'm drawing it across the paper. Very light touch, by the way. So over here, and I'm only pushing on it on the corner here and getting just that portion of it with the color. And again, I'm using this little thing as a guideline on the darkest line there and just lightly pulling it down. This takes some practice, but I mean everything does. So I've been like using Distress ink for the age of all my inks, around 5 to 8 years. Started off making cards and tags and projects that involved inking to make the paper look distressed, old, and aged. Fell in love with distress inking, so yeah, I've been using them for a long time. But there was a lot of practicing I had to do to get it to the point it is right now. Okay, so we got some orange going on here. I'm trying not to get too much in the leaves, but I want to get the bottom of the pumpkin a little more orange than the middle. And then kind of going down on that edge. There we go. We'll probably be putting in a lot more orange with the pencils because, like I said, this is the orange as I get. All right. Now we're going to go in with the rusty hinge. And I'm going to go to that portion, do the same thing, get some of that on there. This is a redder color, so we're going to go down in the bottom, right on top of the orange we put down. And I'm just kind of gliding that upward, turning it at the same time to keep it going in that way that those lines are going. Okay, it's reverse on this side, so remember, you just go up that way. That's a pretty color combination we're getting here. Okay, we're going to go up where this line is and pull it downward. Put it right on that. It's okay if we get it in the eye. You can remember that Distress inks are water-based. I have a lot of ink going on in here right now, so I'm doing a lot of layers. But if you don't like that, get some water. This is a water brush, and you can smush that right out of the way. Boom. Just remember not to touch that with your ink, because like I said, it's water-based ink. If you touch it, it'll do weird things. There we go. So we gotta stay away from that eyeball. To come in there later. Okay. Lid. We're going to bring in I think I'll bring in the vintage photo because it has more red in it. I'm going to put it on this darkest section over here. And we're just going to keep deepening up these areas down in this area here. And darken this side of the pumpkin. Because he is darker. Be up here by the stem, get that a little darker. Okay, and now we're going to do the stem, and I need a different sponge for that. I don't know if I have a green one. I have a lot of blue ones. That's green enough. So these just tear off. They're like little sponge Velcro thingy. And we're going to get some crushed olive, which is going to be, I don't know, I haven't used this one in a long time. Let us see what color it's going to be. And then it's going to go on gray paper, so who knows. That's pretty bright, but it'll be toned down with the gray. So we're going to put a little of that in here. Just going to draw on that one corner and draw right up. Boom. I'm going to put a little of that in the pumpkin too. Get a little green going in there. Like I said, if you don't like it in the mouth, take it out with a sponge or water or whatever you want. It will move it around. In fact, you can use it like paint and paint the rest of the mouth if you want. I'm not going to worry about it. But I want a little green in him. Boom, boom, boom. We got some leaves down here. We're going to put a little green in those too. Just kind of splatter it around a little bit. We'll be using the pencils in those leaves. But a little color brings it down top to bottom. The wood will be done with the wood colors. Okay, I think the pumpkin looks pretty cool. It does have to dry. So we're going to put a little pink in the kitty cat's ears while that's doing its thing there. I'm going to use Polychoroms because why not? This is white. And we're going to stick a little white in here. In the ear. Because I'm going to put a little pink in. And this is a pretty, what is this? Pink Matter Lake. And it's kind of a dark pink, and I wanted a light pink in the ears here. So adding the white. Makes it so I can lighten those up. Not that I want them to glow in the dark, but I want them to have some color. I'll take some of this white and put it in the pumpkin after it dries too. Oh, that's cute. Hello, kitties. Okay, we're going to take some of this white and put it right on the side of their pupils. Tell this ink is still wet. I'm getting it on my hand. Be careful about that. Put some little markings in here so when we get in here with a color, it'll keep that light. Do the same thing with like the paws. Keep these areas light. So we'll put a little white in there. And like right above his nose. Oh, the kitties are cute. I don't know if they look scared or they're trying to be little ferocious kittens. Put a little fur in here. Okay, I'm going to lighten this area up in this eyeball here. And in the mouth, we'll go around these little cut edges. I think this one I want more towards the top. See how that'll blend right over the Distress ink. Really nicely. And any place that you want a little lighter, we can add a little bit of a highlight in there. That's kind of cool. Nifty. Okay, I got pink in my hand. I don't want pink. We're going to go in with a little bit of light chromium yellow. Kind of give these eyes a glow. Do the same in the mouth. The other eye. The nose. It's bright. I want to put a little, I want them kind of a spooky pumpkin, so we're going to go in with Cadmium Yellow Lemon. Kind of a nice bright ghoulish greenish color. Okay. Go in with an oranger color. Let's see, Cadmium Orange. Kind of darken it up here. Back in the day, we used to put candles in pumpkins. Now I'm putting, you know, those little push lights that run by battery in the pumpkins that we put out. Give that same glow to them, but I don't have to worry about the candles. I'm going to put a little of this orange in the cut pieces here too. Start building up colors there. And we can put a little of it in the pumpkin too. Okay, we'll go in with a little burnt ochre. I'm going to darken our cut lines here. Okay, we're going to do that on the mouth down here too. Okay. Gonna have to blend that a lot, so I bring in some dark chromium yellow. Just add some more layers in here. And add it in the pumpkin too. It's still a little wet. Okay, let's see what else we had here. Dark cadmium yellow. We'll go in with a little of that. Light here, so I'm just going to add in some of that and lighten that up again. Throw a little of that in the stem up here. Just going to bring up some lines here. When you bring it up, you can follow right through the mouth, and then it gives kind of this cohesive line we're going after here. Okay. Highlight some of those areas up here too. What are the colors? I'm gonna have to rewatch this video. I have too many colors on my desk. This is Orange Glaze. We'll see how that works in here. This side's drying nicer. Sorry. I need to get some other greens up here in his stem also. This is green gold. I'm going to bring that down into the pumpkin. Knock back some of that brightness I put in his mouth. There we go. All right. Really goes dark over there. Put that over on this side. A little bit of burnt sienna. Darken that side back up a little. I'm going to get you down just a little closer. And kind of over a little bit here. There. You're not seeing the same colors as I am seeing, so I'm going to let you know that. I'm going to take in some, what is this? Walnut Brown. I'm going to sharpen the edge on that. And then I'm going to go around the edges of his mouth here. Try to clean those up a little bit so I can see them better. And just bring that down a little. Into the shadow. Make sure we get our little cut lines here in our mouth. I'm just going to take those lines straight up from the mouth. Add some extra ones in if you want. Pumpkins are bumpy. And these are like little dribbies that come down. We get those a lot in pumpkins, little pumpkin hairs. There are a couple in each eye. Okay. Then we're going to put some yellow in the mouth up here. Maybe some white first. Brighten it up a little. Okay, then the yellow. And then an orange. What do we have here? This is Cadmium Red. I had to throw it in there. Okay, I was going after an orange, wasn't I? How about some terracotta? Put it down here. More of a shadow, I guess. Like I said, I've never colored on this paper before, so no idea what I'm doing. And we have cadmium orange here. We'll add a little of that. I think I want a little more orange in here, and I don't see a color in here just called orange. This is Cadmium Orange Dark, which I can put on this side. Let's see how it looks over here. Oops, getting a little more orange. Okay, let's see what else we got in Greenville that we can go up here on his stump. We want to make it dark in here. Then we're going to have to add some more lines than it looks like. So I'm taking them all out. So black. Just add it back in down here too. Down here. Sorry, I'm not talking. Just adding in the lines again. I want to see some of them. Okay. I'm going to turn the lights off and see if you can see it a little bit better here. I don't know. See, it's brighter to me than what you're seeing in the camera, so I don't know. Can I get it to show brighter? I see a lot more orange. Okay, I don't know what's going on here with the camera, but we're gonna put some color in down on the leaves. I think maybe that'll help. I do have to fix all the shading in here. This paper is just a little different. And of course, I'm not used to the Polychoroms. So blending it's a little different for me. Just sharpen those teeth a little bit with the white coming down on that side. Okay, what colors do we have here for leaves? I know I had some green out. This is the green gold. Where's the stem of this leaf? Put some of that on there. Try to figure that out. Put in a little, I have a red here. What do I have? Dark red. Ooh, that is dark red. Maybe a little too dark red. Indian red probably would have been better. Kind of a fall color leaf here, hopefully. I'm trying to see the stem here. Looks like it goes up this way. I don't know, this is confusing to me. Maybe there's a leaf underneath it. Okay. And then we'll get out a couple of the greens. What are you? Chromium green. This one comes up here. I'll read you the color in just a minute. It is called Chromium Green Opaque. I'm doing this really lightly because I'm not exactly sure where the leaf is. And how to go about coloring it, so we're just going to lay down the green, lay down some orange, lay down some red, and hope for the best. This one is Cadmium Orange. So I think that piece is another part of a different leaf, hopefully. Okay, and then just mix in all the greens. This is the gold green again. Just go back and forth until you like the color of your leaf. Throw a little more red in here. what is this? The Indian red. Interesting. Throwing a little walnut brown on for veins, because this is, I'm assuming this is the tip of the leaf. Okay. Then we'll go out here, bring some in here. Something like that. Okay, darken up some areas, especially around the veins. Come out towards the edges of the leaf. That's a leaf. I'm gonna smear it around a little bit. We're gonna do a bunch of these like that, different colors across there. And let's get one of these kitties done. Orange still needs to be a little more orange to me. This is the dark cadmium orange that I'm just gonna go up around here with. The floor is going to be done in distressing. I'm just going to pull the brown out a little bit. So we'll go ahead and work on one of these kitties. Okay, I think he still needs to be just a little more orange because he kind of looks a little, I don't know, on camera he looks a little muddy. So I have a little cup over there that has some Prismacolors in it. We're going to try out these three. Get them the right way so you can read the names. I have Goldenrod, Spanish Orange, and I believe this is just a, it's not a Prismacolor Premier, it's like a student one. I can't remember the name of them. Anyway, it's not a Premier, it's just Scholar. That's what I'm thinking. So it's orange. And I'm just going to go around and add a little bit of that on the darker side here. Kind of in the rooted areas of the curve of the pumpkin here. Pull it out a little bit. And do the same at the top up here. Down here at the bottom, and just pull it into some color here. Well, that just adds in a little more texture, a little more color. Highlight some of those crinkles in the pumpkin. Wrinkles? Crinkles? Anyway, that's what we're going to do here. And like I said, let's move some stuff here. Leaves are going to be done kind of like this. It's a little hard for me to do those. I may get out some different pencils, but this is just another green. I pulled out, this one's May Green. So you're going to play with those until you like the color of them. I'm going to get out the Distress ink and show you how I'm going to do the wood. The video is getting kind of long. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave the pumpkin alone, but I'll finish off these leaves just because they are going to be difficult for me on camera to figure out where they are, what they're doing, and what shape they're in. This one kind of goes that way. It doesn't go anywhere. They're hard to see. This one kind of comes down, but it doesn't finish up here, so I'm going to have to kind of play around with those a little bit. So I'll finish those off camera. I'll come back and I'll do the floor and the kitty cats in the second part. And if there's anything I want to finish up on the pumpkin, I will do that also. We could always bring in some Posca and highlight some areas like the teeth or the eyeballs or something. So we'll see what we're going to do about that. But right now, this is all we got done. And I will see you in part 2. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and take care, everyone. Bye now.